Welcome back, everyone. Going into the third hour here of Court of Swords. We got a roll to make.
Yeah. So you're going to make a disguise roll. I checked the player's handbook while we were on the break. It is an intelligence check to pull together a disguise. So you're going to need to make an intelligence check. You don't get your proficiency bonus, so you can just roll with the intelligence. And then this will be the DC that I'll have to oppose when the guards see you. And
Can we since no one is proficient, can we just have whoever has the highest intelligence roll this, or does it have to be me?
No, it can be anybody. It's whoever is responsible.
I think Nakaino has the highest intelligence of us all, with a 14. Yeah, I have +0. You have +2.
Yeah.
Azrael's at -1, and Berg, you don't even want to know. So, so I think you're making a D20 +2.
I'll make the.
Berg is not a scholar.
Okay. I was gonna say we should have guidance, but 14's pretty good.
Oh, sorry.
It's not. I don't think it's a save. Do you have a bonus to your? Let me just check because it might just be the same roll. But let me have a quick look at your character sheet.
Oh, you can hover over the roll.
Oh, I hit the wrong thing. You're right. I'm sorry.
It's the same. It's the same roll anyway.
Oh,
so
okay.
we'll just keep it as is. All right. So it's a 14.
Can I roll guidance after the fact, Dan? Or
no?
Fuck. Okay.
Sorry, I'll be less trigger happy.
That's cool. It's fine. 14's not bad. So if they have a reason to be suspicious, I mean, they're guards, kind of their job. But if they have an opportunity, they might look at you and be like, "Hey, I recognize you from somewhere." Or whatever.
So we put on our mustaches.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I need to make a forgery roll.
Yeah. So you want to forge now? What is the forgery?
The
say?
forgery from the Court of Coins. We'll say that...
from who? Who in the Court of Coins?
Does anyone know a high-ranking sorcerer in the Court of Coins?
It doesn't have to be a person, but like you could send it from a particular like place or thing. But yeah, you would need to know. You need to know where you're forging it from.
What would make sense? I'm asking the party, not necessarily Adam. To send someone like just an emissary, an emissary
like
from who? Like
there's a college. Is there like a college for mages and sorcerers?
Not sorcerers, wizards. There is a college. Like the different courts have their own ways of teaching magic, but you can't teach sorcery. Sorcery is inborn. Wizardry you can learn.
What if it was just from like what is the Court of Coins manages what in the world, Adam? Do they have like, you said that it's like economy based, right?
The Court of Coins is the richest of the courts. It's also the largest. It's the most concerned with matters of fiscal well-being. They have tons of money and they funnel that into like big projects. So their capital city is huge and beautiful. It's the biggest city in the world. And it's about like materialism, the here and now. They're very kind of like focused on finance and what have you. Not so much. They don't really care so much about like religion or magic.
So what if we go with
the military?
What if we go under the guise of the Court of Coins is starting to understand that this is a pretty good money making operation and they would like to back it, and you've been sent out here to look into the operation to make sure that it is like a wealthy operation and that everything's running smoothly so that they can invest in it. Is that something the Court of Coins would do, Adam? I don't know. I'm a bird man.
Yeah, I don't know that you know that. The Court of Coins and the Scarlet Banner have a complicated relationship. So making claims about what the court would or wouldn't do, I mean, your forgery, I think, will be done at disadvantage based on the fact that you don't really know their relationship.
Regardless of what it is?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know it, right? None of you.
No, regardless of what the forgery is.
If it's in that angle, if it's like the Court of Coins, some bureau of the Court of Coins has like decided to pay you or back you on this.
Okay, yeah. What if we go on this way? What if you're being sent from the Court of Coins as kind of a head of mercenaries, and so you're being sent out here to make sure that everything is protected because they do want to invest, but since you're in charge of mercenaries, you could help them out by getting, quote, talented mercenaries like 3 of us to come to town and judge the quality. And that's your role.
I think a more believable story would be that someone at the college owed someone in this company a favor, or the other way around, and he's cashing it in, and they need an expert in this the ruins, and Nakana is a scholar at this college who studies a lot of her culture, and she would be the best one to send. And they don't know why they're being sent, just that they were asked, and this was a favor being cashed in.
That makes sense to me. Would that be a disadvantage? That Nakino is here to basically give them more information on these runes that they're digging up that seem to be runes from the Wanti.
Yeah, the forgery wouldn't be the thing that would be disadvantaged here. It would be that Nakino doesn't actually know anything about going to a school of sorcery in the court of or a school of wizardry in the court of coins.
I mean, that's not the biggest issue, because once we get past the guards, we could just charm the guy.
Yeah, you could try. Yeah, she's not
I mean, I don't have to be from a school. I could just be from
the court of coins.
Like from the court, as like maybe like a goodwill gesture or something to that effect.
Yeah, like you're not a student at the college. You study.
I just happen to be an
expert. Your culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you often go to the library and just research stuff there.
Hey, lifelong learning, man. It's important.
Okay, so that's what's in the forged document then. Is that this?
Or we could get an owl, coat it in poison, and send it in there.
Shit! Why didn't we coat the owl in poison?
Yeah, and he just scratches everybody.
Okay, so you wanna forge an introductory letter that says this is Nakana. She is an expert in the things that you are currently researching or the things you're currently working on.
Maybe don't use my real name.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is Snake Lady. What's your
Laura Bella, the snake lady.
Laura Bella. This is Laura Bella.
Yes.
That's her human name.
Not a common name in the Court of Coins, but okay.
I don't know what a common name would be, because I'm Birdman.
Sure.
You can use my name. I don't think I'm famous.
Okay, so this is Nakaino from the Court of Coins, scholar of the Wanti runes. Here to what? Have a conversation about the runes thus far? Is that what you're...
Or you could just say, like, scholar of Wanti, because we don't want necessarily, I mean, them to know that we know that it's ruins that we're looking for.
Yeah.
Might want to just, keep that closer to our chest.
All you know is that a scholar of your culture was asked for, and someone high up sent them here to help with something that you don't know what it is.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's the plan. I'm going to cast guidance on myself before I make this. Wait, can I cast guidance on a forgery roll, Adam?
Yeah, it's a skill. It's a skill roll, so sure.
So guidance. Here is the forgery. Wait, is it? Oh, I'm not proficient. I thought I was proficient in this. Oh wait, no, it's racial. It's racial. It's you can duplicate other creatures' handwriting. You have advantage on all checks made to produce forgeries or duplicates of existing objects.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's it's another intelligence check.
But do I get proficiency bonus on that?
You're proficient in forgery kit?
No, I'm not proficient in the
No.
the
So you just have advantage.
Yeah, so
it's gonna
D20.
be just make an intelligence check. Just click your intelligence, not your saving throw, but your intelligence.
Okay.
And then you have advantage, and then an additional D4.
Okay. Here's the roll.
Okay. Oh wow!
God,
I am good for befriend. Yes. All right. Roll the thing. Give me your D4.
Fucking Christ, man. Well, you have an 8 forged document.
Do not lean on that document. You know. I mean, I think making it. You're like, oh, this is gonna go, boy. This is gonna be. Yep.
That's just a draft, though. I mean,
it'll do good.
It's
fine. It's fine.
Not fine.
Yeah.
Is it fine though? I don't feel like it is.
You have a forged document claiming to be. So where's your authority derived from here?
But I feel like we can all look at this document and shake our heads with disappointment at the Birdman, right?
I mean, you all know it's like kind of not great. It's decent, but it's not great.
I don't know if Berg can do that. Berg's probably like.
Maybe you shouldn't have written that with a talent.
All the R's are backwards.
Can we coat it in poison?
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, no,
Little
you don't have your
spritz.
you don't have your poison. It's in the grass somewhere.
Yeah, let's hope let's hope the persuasion check goes well, I guess. All right.
Okay.
We're walking in.
Okay.
On horses, right? We're
Pay
gonna use
no
our horses?
attention to the shitty note.
Josh didn't have to go to school today because he was sick.
Exactly, because I was.
Mom.
I mean, yeah, his mom, me. Okay, so you're gonna just like ride in on your horses, approaching from the east.
From
I
the
guess.
east, yeah.
I guess that's technically the south. The north is like left on the map, so you'll be over here.
Okay.
There's Betty. Yeah. So you come riding into town. And are you doing this like in the middle of the night or?
I mean, we've
when
been
are you gonna
traveling all
arrive?
day. We could. Would it be less? I don't know. What does the group think? Would it be less ominous if we came during the day?
At first light would be less ominous, I think.
Okay, let's do that.
It's like arriving in the middle of the night is just kind of like, why would
And
you do
we
that?
have time to have another owl too.
That's
Yeah.
true.
This
You
is
can
true.
get the owl to circle above us. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Oh, I thought the horses multiplied.
Yeah. No, there's
Not only are they
horse.
demon horses, but they multiply.
They have
Yeah,
blur.
they're dead.
Crap.
Look out for the deadly demon horses. Okay, so you're gonna come riding in that
In the
way,
morning.
and I think, yeah, in the morning, and I think pretty much like right away, you're like stopped, or you're approached at least by a couple of guards. Is everybody on your horses? You're all riding into town.
I would say
And-
Morgan's kind of in the center with Berg and Azrael at the front, and then I'm at the back. If you form like a triangle.
Yeah.
So like that.
Yeah, with these two forward a little bit,
Okay.
so that she's
Sure.
not in the front lines. So it looks like she's the important one in the group. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So there are two guards in the middle of the road, and the other two have kind of like taken up a position back here because they've noticed that something's going on. And these two approach, and when they get to like about 30 feet or so, they stop and put up their hand, and they're all dressed the same. They're wearing nice shiny like painted armor. It's like enameled nicely. It doesn't look like it's seen any battle. And it's obviously of like decent quality. They wear it relatively comfortably, and they have long spears with red banners hanging from them, surprising no one. So they stop in the road, and they put their hand. One of them puts his hand up and addresses probably. He gives Berg a look like looks at the horse, looks at Berg, and then looks at you. Azrael, and he says, "Hold on, what are you doing? This is a private camp. There's no inn here."
We're not here for an inn. The lady here needs to speak with someone.
And
Say hello, my friends. I have been sent from the Court of Swords as an expert in my in a certain field, and I have been sent to speak with the foreman.
So the guard that wasn't speaking says something in a like rural dialect of common that you don't really understand. He says it quietly. He like says something to him. The other guy says something back and gestures over his shoulder. And then the guy like runs off. Not like fleeing run, but he like jogs off, heading west. The other guard, he says, he's like, "I don't know anything about a visitor, especially one," and he like looks at you and sees your tail kind of like hang out the horse. He's like, "One that looks like you. They would have let us know. Don't go anywhere." And he gestures over his shoulder. He's like, "We'll get this sorted out."
He seems nice. I'm sure
Okay.
you know in our line of work, sometimes discretion is the greater part of valor. So I'm not so surprised you haven't been told, but we were happy to sit here and wait until we get everything sorted out. Ding!
So dude runs over here. He comes back out with another like slightly fancier looking soldier. This guy doesn't have his helmet on. And he's got a sword, but it's belted. And he comes out and he's like, he looks annoyed. Like the look on his face is like he's annoyed generally, and he kind of like pushes out the door and just like storms over. And the two of them start walking back towards you, while this guy keeps an eye on you. So they come back over. And the fancier dressed guy comes up behind the first guy, says to him something in that rural dialect, and then they look at each other, and then the lieutenant she looks up at you and she says, 4 armed strangers come to my camp. You have to understand that I'm a little nervous. Why have you come here? They say you're from one of the courts.
So I'm going to get down off of my horse as a show of goodwill.
Yep.
And then I'm going to bow and apologize for all this misunderstanding and intrusion. I don't understand what's happened here. I have been sent to lend my expertise and my help. I was sent as a favor. I did not mean to disrupt anybody's, operations. I brought some companions because, as we know, it's a very dangerous world out there, and I am not very big, and I definitely need my protection out there in the world. So we did not mean to cause a stir.
So while you're saying that to this woman, two things are happening. The one of the horses near you, Azrael, has come over to the fence and like kind of like snorts at your horse, and your horse kind of like gets startled a little bit and like takes a step sideways to like stay away from the other horse. And Berg, can you make a perception check for me, please?
Sure. All right.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, I see everything.
We fucking
Okay.
did something
Smell
good.
and hear everything.
So
He
here's
sees
what
our
you catch,
death
Berg.
happening.
I can taste the danger in the air.
Old eagle eye here. So back here, this
Can't be surprised.
These two guards, they're having a conversation. They're not really paying attention. They're staring at and like talking. And you notice one of them, he's like touching his arm, and he's got a like a snake tattoo. It's like stick and poke, like prison style. But he's got this like snake tattoo that curls down out from under his sleeve, and he's just like touching it absently. And the two of them are just staring at Nakayino and like whispering to each other. And they're whispering not so that you can't hear, but so that the other guards don't hear them.
Whoa.
So you notice that. The woman, the lieutenant, she comes up and she gives you a like look up and down and looks at your companions. Can you make a persuasion check? Let's see how that went.
Let's see how this goes, everybody. Let's see here.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna roll something. Roll something in secret here. Okay. So she says I'm in charge of security for this camp, and I am to be informed of everyone that comes and goes. I have no forewarning you are coming. Does the foreman know?
If he had been informed, then you would have been informed, because I know that he trusts you in maintaining security in this camp. So I am terribly sorry for this intrusion. However, I can't go back without some type of audience, because that would be very inconsiderate of me, because I know that I have been sent to help in this endeavor.
And she sighs, and she's like, lady, you talk a lot. Stay here. And she turns, and she says something to this other guard as she goes by. Make a perception check to see if you can pick up what she says.
Come on, 20. All right.
Okay.
8.
She says something. The other guard tenses slightly, and then she walks away, and she heads for that building.
Back in the back.
Up to the north. Yeah, the one the 2 guards were stationed outside of, and then she
Okay.
goes inside. And so there's like kind of an awkward like silence that falls over the camp. You can hear in the distance the like clanging of people working in the forge, and the guard is just kind of like staring at you. And so there's a long pause, and
I'm like, hey, buddy, come here often.
yeah, he kind of like looks at you and like starts a little bit when you talk, and then like looks away and like looks at the ground.
So we have like a weird awkward pause right now that's happening.
Yeah.
All right,
I wanna
Bird
take
kind
a-
of just
Oh.
Bird kind of just makes like a grunt noise in the direction of Ikane, like trying to make a like trying to get her attention.
Oh, okay.
I just like signal
Yeah.
real quick, just like that,
And then
and
like,
then lean in and say, "The 2 of them there, they have snake tattoos. They seemed very focused on you. No idea why."
all right, so I'm gonna kind of glance up at them and see if I can catch their attention.
Now that Berg has mentioned it, like you can't see their tattoos from here.
Yeah.
But you definitely like they're doing that thing where they're like, "Don't look at her. Stop. Look somewhere else. I don't know. Look at the other one." And then so they're kind of like looking at each other, and they get quiet when you look over.
I wonder if we can rely on their help when we need to start shooting people. I mean, what do we feel about the horses?
Well, while that's going on, I'm getting a good look at these horses and seeing if I can.
Yeah,
What I'm now that I'm up real close, like what am I seeing when I look at them?
I mean, they're bred tough, right? They're big and ropey and muscly. You're not like much of an equestrian, but they definitely look like war horses. And yeah, they have a combination of like ritual looking scars and also like battle wounds. They look like they've been in fights before. Yeah.
And they seem kind of agitated and like they're wanting to like get out of the cage at us, or
No, they're not agitated. They just are interested, and they're like used to conflict and fighting. They're horses with bad attitudes. And by now they've all kind of come over to the fence to kind of like see what all the talking is about.
I mean, I could use Mage Hand from here, can I? Let's see.
I mean,
Or I could saunter over. I mean, like, I could open it. I could open it.
I want to first be like, "Hey, buddy, some nice looking horses. Where'd you get
Oh, yeah.
these?"
That's a good conversation starter, too. I like it.
Make a persuasion check.
15.
Nice. He shakes his head and looks like nervously at the horses. He says, "No, don't keep your distance. They bite. Nasty things."
Biting? That ain't no good on a horse. It's good
Yeah.
for getting around.
He shakes his head and he says, "Not my horse. Mercenaries from the north."
Ah. What do they run? Do they have a name? I may have worked with them in the past.
He shakes his head. He says, "No," and he looks over his shoulder at his friends. He says, "We steer clear. Private guard of the foreman." Shakes his head. "No friend of mine."
Yeah. Dangerous times right now. You gotta keep extra security.
He nods, as though you've just said something very wise.
You guys, we are so screwed if he's got a private guard of like 4 badasses from the north.
Hey, what are we? We're pretty.
Yeah.
Also, I'm touching
Adam,
the map again.
are these
right here?
are these guys still like trying not to stare at Nakino?
They're doing a better job of it because they've gotten over their initial like gawking, but they're not really staring at her. They're kind of
I
like
mean, I
trying
could-
really hard not to now.
I could call out, "Hey, my friends, have you never seen a Wanti before?"
They don't seem to understand you. Like you say it in common and they're just kind of like, eh. But when you speak, they look away. Like, "Don't talk to me. Oh God, she's talking to me." You can make an insight check if you want to see like what this behavior is about.
Can
Yeah, I
I make
wanna
an
make
insight check?
Yeah, totally. Because you're watching the whole thing.
25.
Oh,
Boom.
let's
Okay.
go with
Yeah.
his.
Sure. So Black
Mine's
Gale,
broken.
you're watching all this happen, and yeah, they're acting like one would treat a like a saint or something. They're not like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. They're like looking away in religious terror. They're like looking at the ground or like, oh God, please don't speak to me. They're afraid of her, but not in a like the way you'd be afraid of like a poisonous spider. They're afraid in a like, this is a powerful entity that I should not be in the presence of.
Shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy with this. I guess I can't. I don't know a way to effectively communicate to the party what you just told me.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, I just cross my arms and look back. I'm feeling kind of confident in the situation.
All right. So y'all wait there, and after a few minutes, the woman, the lieutenant, she comes back out of the house, and she is trailing two rather nasty looking individuals with her. They are they're tall, like taller than humans. They have like deep red skin, long pointed ears, vaguely sort of leonine like faces, big long like sideburns, and they're wearing like heavy armor. They have their hair
boy.
done up in big like top knots, and they look like they're ready to start some shit. And the two of them accompany her as they begin to walk towards you.
Too disrespectful.
Yeah.
As in, why not 4? Except I'm okay with the 2 of them.
Yeah. So they come back, and they walk up as far as here, and it's clear that the woman is deferring to the larger of the two. And as they get closer, you can see now that they have similar like ritual scarring, like on their face and on their arms to the horses. And the horses pay very close attention when these two walk up. It's the first you've seen them not acting like all angry and like tough. They kind of like lower their heads slightly and like back up a little bit when the guards approach. And then the larger of the two steps forward and says to you, he says, "You were not expected here. Who are you?"
My name is Nakana Inu. I am very sorry that we've caused all of this stress and trouble. I was sent as a gift, as an emissary to help you in your endeavors because of my deep knowledge of the Yuan-Ti history and culture. It was not meant to be an affront to your safety and security or your, livelihood. It was meant to be a gift.
He scowls and he says, "An emissary of whom?"
What's that paper say?
Yeah, I mean the paper claims you're from the Court of Coins, right?
Yeah. We didn't
gonna
say a specific name.
Is it not true that you could use somebody of my skills and abilities?
He says, "I do not know what your skills or abilities are, serpent." And he gives you all of you a nice long look.
Give right back to him. He's being rude.
I mean, it's his job. Let's see here.
Also, remember,
His
don't
job.
rely on the papers. Don't be like, it's all in the papers. That'd be bad.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Because then they're gonna get a picture
Look
that looks like
closely
a
at this paper.
yeah.
I said, lady, real smart. She say stuff about snake stuff.
He shakes his head and he says,
I shake my head too.
"We have a court-appointed historian already. We do not need another. Take your tricks back on the road."
I am so sorry to hear that. I will take back this rudeness and rejection back to the Court of Coins, and we'll see what they say about that.
I swear that court never has its shit in line. Always one bureaucratic thing or another. Always already sent someone. We went all its goddamn way. All right, my lady.
Yeah. So you're gonna, what are you gonna do? I guess he's paying attention. Everybody's paying attention to Nakino. So
I mean, can somebody get around to the back of the. I mean, it'll take too long to like go all the way around the back of the town.
Yeah, there's no way that we could. To
Yeah.
talk to the foreman, you mean?
Yeah, because now all the guards are kind of staring at us.
Yeah, they're not gonna
Or
let us
me.
do that without us killing them.
Well,
all,
I'm saying like,
basically.
yeah. Okay, if we retreat, then cause a distraction from the road we came in, they'll think it's us, and then they'll all run that way, and then we can sneak around the back and get the foreman.
I mean, there's a lot of steps in there.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, guys? We're super good at plans, like complicated plans.
How do you feel about this heroin? Would you like to do that? You like
Free
heroin?
for everybody.
Free heroin. I brought
Listen.
heroin.
I'm just saying, there's always an owl.
Damn owl.
Yeah, I will go talk with them.
We coat the owl in poison, send it in, and he's like, delicious
flies.
owl dinner, and then
He flies right into the face of this big tough guy just with poison, like bah! It's daytime now, or is it nighttime? What we waited until
It's like morning. It's morning.
Yeah, it's morning. We
Fuck.
wait till the next morning.
Yeah, we don't have time for the. It's not dark enough for stealth owl.
I think you just leave. I think we just say, okay,
Yeah.
peace out.
Yeah, head on assault right now with no
we act all
advantages.
pissed
Yeah.
that we went all this way for nothing, and then just go out and come back in later.
If nothing else, I mean, we haven't gained completely nothing. We know that there's these mercenaries with their fucking ritual horse, demon horse, whatever looking things.
Or we just attack them all and just die. That's another option.
Yeah, I don't. The horses have a gate that's locked, right? But they could probably break
Yeah.
that shit down easily.
I mean,
Doesn't
the
look very
horses-
sturdy.
I mean, I can
The
open it
horses
with
don't-
Mage Hand.
Yeah, you don't really have to worry about the horses just like breaking out and fighting you. That's not really how they work. They need people riding. They need people riding them. They wouldn't just be like, aha, and leap the fence and start.
You sure they're not
That's
sitting-
honestly what I was thinking.
Yeah, me too. I just
need-
pictured
yeah.
the horses like in a way, like behind the gate, just like, come on.
Yeah. I want to let you know that you don't have to worry about that. The horses will not leap the fence and attack you unprovoked. Yeah.
You
All right.
could fight.
Yeah.
With that knowledge, I wouldn't be against a fight. But that means that there's 2 other of these big guys here. Plus, we have 5 normal guards. Can I make a quick perception check? What all of these? You said they have spears. Do any of them have crossbows as well?
Oh, you want to take a look at their gear? Yeah.
Yeah. If I just want to survey the.
The woman, the lieutenant, she has a long sword, and a short sword, and a heavy crossbow.
Okay.
The creature in front of you has a thing of javelins and a greatsword across his back. This big, long, curved. It's meant to be used from horseback, but you can use it standing too.
Okay.
Same with the other one. He has a greatsword. The other orange-skinned creature. The regular guards, I believe, have spears, but they might also have crossbows. Let me check for you. They have. Let's see here. Guard. These particular guards have. Yes, they have crossbows. Yeah, spears and crossbows.
There's no way we could get them to like stand closer together, is there?
Hey, look at this black tar heroin we just threw on the ground.
Yeah, throw the heroin on the ground. What you could do is you could get out your cell phone and be like, wait, before I go, let's take a selfie. Get them all to cluster together and then poison spit them. Great selfie, though. Put that on Snapchat.
I
Yeah.
was gonna sleep them.
Yeah, I mean, sleep would probably knock out like several of the guards. They're not that tough.
I would say we just
Yeah.
fucking shatter them.
Yeah.
I don't. Here's the group vote. Do we want to fight this right now? If we fight this, we piss off the entire town. I have no idea what's in these buildings.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
it
see
could be
any
way
of the
more.
things.
I
Well,
mean, we can wait till night because
I
most of
think-
us have dark vision, and then just try to pick them off one by one.
I think our only way of getting in peacefully has just fizzled out. So like we're gonna have to fight at some point.
I mean, maybe if we can convince my worshippers. I mean, maybe they won't fight us.
True.
They might not
There's a
fight
chance
you, but they
They
might
might
fight.
come on my side.
Yeah.
I mean, they might be on our side.
I mean, if anything, you can get back on the horse in the center, so you're not at the very
Yeah.
front. Cast charm on one of these bigger guys and say, "Fight
Yep.
for us," and then we could just fucking start fighting.
Well, are we rolling initiative?
well,
I don't know.
Me.
That's what
I
we're,
don't
we're
say-
You're
figuring
not
out
talking
right
to
now.
me, right?
I mean,
don't
none
have
of you.
charm.
You can't. This is the thing: is the characters you can't have this conversation, but we
Yeah,
can
exactly.
pretend.
Yeah, that's
let's,
true.
Let's
Yeah.
let's flash back. Right, there's a moment because all this is happening in a second where the guard, the mercenary captain is like, fine, and like sneers at you, and you're like, maybe we should go. And then we flash back to the night before. You're sitting around the campfire, and you're like, all right, if everything fails, what do we do? So we flash back to that, and this is that conversation. Because that way you can plan, and it doesn't break the narrative. It's
Yeah.
not like freeze enemies. So maybe you're wondering how I got myself into this position.
Yeah.
See that guy on the horse there looking all funny? That's me.
Yeah. So yeah, what do you what did you plan earlier on? What was the plan when things went bad? Because you don't get a chance to talk about it in the moment.
Mhm.
I feel like we probably would have said if in the event that this goes wrong, we probably just fight.
Yeah.
That's I
But
mean that's
it's like a whole town of people.
true. True.
Yeah.
I mean, I just worry at the point when the people start pouring out of those buildings.
It is
Always
a
a
whole
risk.
town. You're right. There's no way to know how many fucking guards they have.
hmm
On the other hand, I don't know. I don't necessarily have another alternate plan, but we
Alternate
do know.
plan, I think, would be we get rejected, we go back, wait till it becomes dark, create some sort of distraction, maybe an explosion or whatever, or just try to stealth our way in and take people out as we see them.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be able to stealth.
I mean, we can try. You don't know. We could all roll crazy high. It's possible.
I feel like the fact that, well, I can't talk
Yeah,
about the current situation.
I have
I guess.
disadvantage like crazy because I'm in plate. It's really hard for me to stealth.
Well, it's as basic as this. Would we do a frontal assault with everyone at attention with where we're at, or would we wait till it becomes nighttime and potentially have advantages?
The other thing to keep in mind, and this is a freebie, is that if you leave, they'll be like, if they're professionals at all, they'll be like, that was suspicious as fuck. Like
Yeah.
double the patrols.
I think we fight now.
That's part of the reason why I'm in camp fight, because there's two of these dudes here. They're not all together like these big dudes. They're kind of clustered. No one expects a full
Okay.
frontal attack.
All right.
I'll
I'm getting
try-
back on my horse though.
Yeah, no,
I'll
I think
try-
before we even make any moves, Morgan gets back on her horse like we're walking out of here, and then we fucking start fighting.
So that was the plan to like
To try
be
to
like-
make sure that we're in battle formation, basically, when we
I'm
start
going
fighting.
to the back.
Yeah.
For example.
Okay, well let's see. This guy's a pro at like looking out for like shady behavior. So
I mean, Morgan's just walking to get on her horse.
yeah, that part's fine.
Okay.
So she's like, I'm out. We get on my horse. And then you want to roll initiative as soon as she's on the horse? Is that when you're like, let's go, and you draw your weapons? What's the signal you arranged before?
I mean,
to
I
be
could
like-
try to sleep.
You're not gonna. The thing is, as soon as you start casting a spell, initiative happens. Like we roll.
Yeah.
Um,
So we're not gonna get a surprise round, is what Adam's saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're out
So
in the
yeah, I think
open.
once you get on your horse, we're
Okay.
gonna roll initiative,
Okay.
and we can
Go ahead
either-
and-
we either die here or we kill an entire town.
You can
Yep.
you can flee too, right? You can always bail if
That's
you need
true.
Yeah, if shit goes bad.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Let's roll
All
initiative.
right, let's do it.
We're not like pushovers. I'm saying we got some abilities.
to. Yeah, exactly.
Just saying, like
We've gotten really lucky before.
There's a bunch of unknowns that are in play here.
true,
But,
true. 4 specific unknowns.
let me
Oh well,
just-
you're talking about everything else that's in the town.
Yeah.
You need to roll
Did
initiative,
mine-
Max.
Did mine roll?
Oh, sorry.
Adam can
no.
well,
Well, I can add you.
yeah, you
Give me a
need to
second.
highlight your token before you roll initiative.
Oh yeah. You know what? We went over this like 8 times last time. There we go. Now I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
Ta-da!
There you go. All right. Okay, let me roll a bunch of mine, and we'll see the order in which these things occur. All right, so the guards. And this dude. And this other dude.
Oh god, he's going first.
Oh.
And
Bird goes first.
I'm ahead of him actually.
Oh,
This
Bird goes
lady.
first. Okay. Well, at least you fucking start raging.
Yeah, no, I'm going straight into a rage.
Just
okay,
fucking-
and that's it for now. So the way that the horses work now, these are not war horses. So if you want to ride them around in combat, you have to make an animal handling check first. Once people start shouting, and once like blood is spilled, and so you need to be aware of that.
Who has control of the elephant, by the way? Or sorry, who has the item for the elephant?
I do.
you? Okay.
I don't know if it can fight really.
I don't think.
Oh
it
yeah,
can.
yeah.
I wouldn't be able to.
Fight.
They can fight.
Yeah.
It would take my whole action to summon it though.
That's true.
Yes, that's true. Let me know if you want it. So Berg, you're the one that starts the fight. You get the secret like caca from the Kenku, and it's time.
Cool.
It's British, remember? It's British. We're fucking in disguises.
Yeah. What is fighting on the? I don't think I've ever fought on a horse. What does that look like? Or do I have to be off the horse in order to like strike? I mean, that doesn't make sense.
You could jump off it.
Here's what I want to do: rage first, right? So I'm going to go berserker rage,
Okay.
and then immediately my action after that would be to attack this dude, the strongest guy right here,
Okay.
and he's also the closest.
All right. You'll have to jump off your horse and run over there, or you can make an animal handling roll to try to like whip your horse to ride towards him.
All right. I don't think it'd be that hard to jump off the horse
He
because I feel like it's
Yeah.
going to be a
Okay.
disadvantage
Go-
to be on
go
the
ahead,
horse.
Yeah, you can jump off the horse and run over to him.
Okay, jumping off horse and then run off to him after raging, and then attack him.
Okay.
And I would just get one regular attack with that, right?
Yes. Yeah. Because otherwise it'd be a bonus action to.
All right, here we go. That's not going to be enough.
Okay. No, you do not hit him. His armor is thick, so he's in the middle of drawing his sword, and your sword bounces off the blade of his, hits him in the shoulder, or your hammer, bounces off, hits him in the shoulder, and knocks him back, but doesn't hurt him.
All right, that's a good start.
Okay. So he begins immediately on his turn, like shouting orders, like he takes command of the situation. And begins like issuing commands to his companions. So he gets a little thing here. How far is it? 30 feet. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. So he starts barking orders, and just draws his weapon and gets ready to fight. His action is activating his like leadership ability.
Okay.
The woman next to him runs up to you and takes a swing with her longsword. And she's got a
Heart thingy. What the fuck is that?
Oh, that's just to separate her from the other
She's
one.
like
So I
the
can
leader
tell
okay.
or whatever.
Yeah, she's the leader. Yeah. So she's gonna make two attacks with her longsword, two-handed. Here comes the first one. 17.
Nope.
Okay,
18.
she gets a D4 from the hobgoblin.
Are you raging, Max?
Yep.
Okay, so she comes in like aggressively, and the hobgoblin is like barking orders at like how to fight you. He's like, go low, and you like go to block, and she like swings up at your face, and she hits you. So you take the 4 damage.
2 damage.
Yep. And then she gets a second swing, two-handed.
Yeah, these guys
this
need
time-
to die quickly.
Yeah, this time she misses.
These hobgoblins need to die fast.
So yeah, you're fighting the two of them, and that's her turn. Nakani, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I am trying to decide if I sleep people, has any chance of sleeping people at all. 5d8. I mean, I might be able to get one asleep.
How long does sleep last for? Like, what kind of checks do they have to make?
1 minute.
Oh, okay. That's a
Yeah,
lot in
and it
combat,
starts with the folks with the lowest hit points and works.
Yeah,
works
you
its
can't
way up.
choose who it goes. It's an area.
Ah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Well, I
just
thought it was.
damage.
Yeah, I figured it was an area.
Or you can save it until there are more targets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
or
I
I would
could-
try
I could
charming
get-
too.
I could get 4.
Oh, that group.
I could get 5.
Yeah, she could pacify that group right there. Possibly.
That'd be nice.
If they all get hit.
What's the radius? on
It's
the
20
spell?
feet. So if
Okay.
I cast it right, oh shoot. There's a spot I could cast it where I miss. So like if I cast it, I think like right here, then I could hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
Yeah, let me make a little thing for you. So 20-foot radius. You should be able to see that. Boop. So that little.
That's
That's-
20 foot.
that's-
Oh, that's 20 foot radius. Okay, yeah.
I was
That's the
gonna
effect
do
of
the
the spell.
ones, the close ones.
I would do the
Like-
far ones because we're
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
hit
that's
kill
what I
the
was
ones
gonna
up
do.
there.
okay. And these guys will probably have lower hit points, so maybe we'll get more of them.
Hmm.
Do it
Sound
up.
good, guys? All right.
Yeah, it'd be great
Yep.
if we can get all those guys sleeped.
Yeah.
I doubt the
22.
hobgoblin
That's
is gonna go down. But
isn't that
So
pretty
20.
good?
It affects 22 hit points worth.
5d8, 40. That's about a little bit more than half. That's not a bad roll.
Okay. You knock out the hobgoblin,
Nice.
yeah.
which leaves you with let's see, or I guess I get to pick, right?
What's
Um,
lowest HP first?
Yeah, they
Right.
all have the same. They all have the same HP.
Okay.
But I'll just pick the ones closest to the center of the spell. So the hobgoblin and the guy next to him, they both like. What does your sleep spell look like?
She just starts
they-
puking acid on people.
They just, they just curl up on the ground.
So peaceful.
So peaceful.
So yeah, the two of them, yeah, blink a few times, look a little confused, sort of sink to their knees, and then fall to the ground. So they're asleep, those two, the hobgoblin. The other hobgoblin shouts to the soldiers behind him, "Wake those two up!" Azrael, it is your turn.
All right, I hop off the horse.
Oh,
run
unless
over
unless you want to move.
I actually was just gonna say I'm gonna move back a little bit.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm gonna run over next to the hobgoblin. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, I'm gonna activate my trunk card, and I'm gonna summon the elephant to be right below him.
Right below him. What?
Guy.
No, like
Guy instantly.
right to the left, bottom left of me.
Nothing happens
Summon
because
him.
you're dead, Dan, because that was awful, and you died. Nothing ever happens for you ever again. In fact, say goodbye to being alive. Okay, so you want to summon.
This is the first
you wanna
time we've
summon-
done this, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
never
We've
Summon
never
your
used it.
marble elephant, and he appears here. Look about right to you?
Yeah, right about that.
Now,
Okay.
is this the same stats as a elephant in the 5th edition compendium?
Yes, a regular old elephant.
So, okay. All right. Who controls it? Dan?
I believe it's summoner.
Yeah, I think it's the
controlled.
person who summoned it.
Let me check. I will.
I think
find out.
Dan was the one that summoned
Yeah,
it before, right? When we
Not
first
sure
got
how
it.
it functions, but
I will read it to you in 1 second. Marble elephant. The way the marble elephant works. Here we go. So, creature is friendly to you, understands your languages, and obeys your spoken commands. If you issue no commands, it just stands there doing nothing. It exists for a duration specific to each figurine. Yada yada yada. Once it's been passed, okay, you can't use it for another 7 days, but it'll last for 24 hours until it dies. Yeah, and that's that.
Sweet.
So the elephant is huge, which is one more bigger than it appears on the board there. There you go.
Nice.
Oh my
tell
God,
it to
that's
defend
amazing.
us.
I love everything about this.
Can you be more specific?
I tell it to
defend you would be like get in between you and target.
attack our enemies.
There-
It just
okay.
wedges it.
Kill bad
Yeah,
men.
it would just try to knock people back and like get in the way. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay, so I got to roll initiative for the elephant.
If the elephant dies, does it come back? Or-
Yeah, but it's gone for. It's gone.
yeah,
for
yeah,
a
right. It
moment.
just probably goes back to like the.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so it'll go starting next turn. It'll go
Same round.
Same as you. Okay, so you move and you summon the elephant. All right, there is now an elephant.
Yes.
Okay, so the guards are going to go.
I didn't see that shit coming.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to ruin your spell effect. But
No, they waste around waking these people up. It's fine.
these two
Yeah.
guards
Yeah.
wake up these other two.
Yeah,
That's
they do.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, and then this guard here is going to fire a crossbow bolt at Nakayino. Boing. Is a 13 hit you? No.
That's
Let's
a
see
miss.
if. Okay, so he gets a D4 because of he's within the command range of the the warrior.
16.
So then he does hit you, and you take 3 damage.
God, these hobgoblins need to die. Quick.
Yeah, that hobgoblin is giving people commands. Like he's the one telling everyone what to do.
Is it only just him? We could assume that both of them do that, though.
You could assume the other one is just asleep, so you don't
we
you don't know if it's a regular hobgoblin or like a command hobgoblin.
No, actually, no, they do look a little different.
Black Gale, it's your turn.
We're gonna shatter some people. I'm just trying to judge the. So it's we worked out it's a 10-foot radius, so it's 4 squares.
I'll put down another one.
4 by 4.
10-foot radius.
Yeah, so I think I can hit 4 people here.
You can hit 5 if you.
Yeah, we're hitting all 5 of those
Yeah,
people.
perfect.
Do it.
We're fucking shattering with
They
Wrath
are
of the Storm.
Actually, that's perfect that you did the sleep because it clustered them a little
yeah,
more.
that's why I was totally
Yeah.
okay that they woke them up. So we're shattering all of them with Wrath of the Storm. So they take max damage and need to save.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah, just
ignore
ignore
that
damage.
roll.
What's
Yeah.
the
DC
damage?
14. The damage is 28.
Okay, so it's 14 or 28 depending. All right.
Or no,
Wow.
3 to 8 is 24. Sorry, 24 or 12.
24 or 12. Okay, so I'll go
Nice.
from the left to the right, and it's what kind of save?
That's awesome.
Constitution,
Yeah,
DC 14.
Okay. All right, the guard on the left takes
Yes.
Cool.
enough to kill him, I believe. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
God, Shatter's so good when they're clustered together.
And then actually, I don't need to roll for any of these because they have less than 12 hit points. So
Boom, 4 dead.
Oh, amazing.
you kill all 5 of them.
Oh, all 5 of them?
Yeah, because they
What's
don't
up?
have. Yeah, they don't have enough hit points. Even if they save, they would die. So, cool. All right. So yeah, terrible like boom and just like body parts. It's like a missile hits. There's a big crater in the ground. Yeah, it's horrifying. The horses panic. Like
Uh-oh.
total panic. Jubilant Black Ale and Naka, I need you to make dexterity saves as you get thrown from your horses.
Who? Both of us?
Yes, both of you. Yeah, because you're the only one still mounted.
Oh, and you said a dex save?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dexterity save. Okay. All
So
right.
I look real fucking cool. I'm just like, oh shit.
All right. So Jubilant Black Ale, you take 5 damage as you fall from your horse as the horse runs off,
Hey, you know what? That's a fair trade.
and the other
Yeah.
5 guys just went down. You take 5
scatter
damage.
and panic. They're freaking out.
1 point of damage for every person you just killed.
Yeah. Okay. And so now there's this huge ass crater. Let me just make that for you.
Great.
Bloop. There you go. Boom. Big old
Love
crater. And I guess I should move it over. It's technically over here. There you go. Yeah. So there's this massive crater. The horses panic. And you tumble to your butt. Now reinforcements.
We're about due for a break, by the way, if you want to save the reinforcements till after.
Yeah, I mean this is the last thing in the round.
Okay,
so
let's
I'll
do
just-
that. Let's do that.
I'll do them. You may not even be able to
See him.
see from where you're standing, but yeah, 2 more hobgoblins bust out of the house over here on the far end, and I think that might be it for. Yeah, that's it for hobgoblins. So those two come out of the house into the street, and they see what's going on, and then they're going to start running towards you on their next turn. Cool. Let's take a break there.
Yeah, let's take our
Awesome.
4th and final break here, or 3rd and final break, however many numbers. Hey, we're going to the final hour after this, is what I should say, instead of trying to do maths. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys in just a little bit.